I cannot do anything about it.
Mm.
I
Oh no.
I have no idea what's happening. I'm gonna try to reconnect with my Wi-Fi, but it doesn't work. I'm just gonna cry.
Shucks.
Okay,
Okay, wait, we are live.
we are back.
I think
Hopefully,
we are
I'm gonna
live
sit
now
here in
again,
case something
I
happens,
think.
but we're back.
Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Apologies, chat. But it looks like we are back and we didn't exactly miss so much except for the fact that we now have a showman and mail-in rebate for King of Nothing. And honestly, it looks like they're game to lose at this point in time.
Um,
Ooh, and it looks like keeping Penny Pincher has given not a lot of what's his value. So that looks so at least on their end, what's this? So at least on their end, they can actually start catching up, but not still down one life compared to King and Nothing or Hutrix. Both players picking up the showman, so I'm assuming that King of Nothing is just slightly ahead in the shop. But then let's see if they can still find a way to what's this? Find a way to catch up. In terms of econ, however, it seems that King of Nothing actually has an advantage with the melee. So technically they have a lot more power in terms of like controlling where their money comes from, how their money flows in.
And both players with the Cavendish probably hoping to see another Cavendish, and we see Not has that red seal glass that could be very influential, especially if we see some re-triggers, some deaths. That would be huge.
However, a red seal glass is only how do I say it? It's only as good as how long it actually like stays intact. So hopefully we should not be that trigger happy. I do remember in the last Major League Balatro finals game wherein Edzi set out a red seal a red seal glass face card and that actually costed them the game.
You hate to see it, but it happens. It feels like seems very odd that Glass Breaking and Wheel of Fortune have the same odds. Just doesn't feel right. I feel like my glass breaks all the time and my Wheel of Fortune don't hit, but apparently they do have the same odds.
Such is the life of RNG games. Anyway, do bear with us right now cuz there are we're still fixing up some technical difficulties here and there. So if our commentary is a little slower or a little more delayed than usual, do bear with us. However, King of Nothing grabbing the what's this reserved parking, which is another source of income for them. So honestly, it looks like that Hutrix may be Hutrix may actually have a slight advantage here when it comes to money and potentially scoring.
And Not taking a third of that with the Penny Pincher, but I have to say that Not might have a slight edge with the scoring here with the smiley face, where King of Nothing has the same X molt, but no smiley face yet.
Mm. What I'm also interested to see is how their planet card situation. Maybe that's also how how King of Nothing is like managing to keep up as they skip the obelisk, which is honestly, I'm not mad at that. Getting another getting the pear malt Joker. Seeing a seltzer in the shop, which is honestly incredibly helpful.
Absolutely, with potentially a glass retrigger, a retrigger on that photograph is going to be a huge factor in this next PvP.
Exactly. Looks like Reserve Parking really wants to be on the team for King of Nothing side, as they sold it for another Joker and they brought it back. So the question is, do they sacrifice another Joker just to take it, or are they going to wait for something good? Because the showman is still showmaning. On your screens, it looks like we have a slight delay on King of Nothing's end, which is okay. So the more quote unquote updated or the real time stream is on Not's end. Again, thank you so much for bearing with us with all of these technical difficulties. Not sending out this just a single ace. It looks like they are looking for a specific kind of hand. And the discards are not cooperating that much. They do have a straight, though. But nothing. We just gotta send out the full house. But with the blackboard, I did not see the blackboard pick up. Okay, that's kind of huge. That is absolutely huge.
The extra times 3 might be enough to outscale the Seltzer unless King of Nothing manages some sort of integrated hand with those glass retriggers.
I don't think they were able to pick up the glass retrigger though, as Not takes this round, and we have double bananas, guys. We have double bananas and double photos. Oh my actual Christ!
Goodness! Wow! Incredible. Getting rid of a Seltzer though, a bit controversial there. I feel like having another trigger on 2 different photographs would have been better. Ooh, but we get another rebate.
Another mail-in rebate. Look at the symmetry, everybody. We love symmetry in this chat. Sort of, kind of.
Not going for the driver's license to preserve the mail-in rebate value. I can respect that play.
Mm-hmm. Though, wait, let's see. I might need to refresh stream just a little bit.
That is going to be a very valuable penny pincher for Not to steal some of Hutrix's money.
The problem with what's this? So the problem though with the penny pincher is that they're still dependent on King of Nothing. So King of Nothing still has a lot of control in terms of like their money situation, especially with the fact that like they have 2 mail-in rebates, for goodness sakes. But either way, it looks like, well, actually in terms of scoring, I'm not entirely sure who has the better hand, while not potentially getting a free obelisk, but decides to skip it and send the asteroid out.
In terms of scoring, it's actually dead even. You've got 2 times 3s and 2 times 2s. And then on Not's end, you have a re-triggered times 2 and 2 times 3s. But then with this Cavendish and this photo showing up, that will put the scoring in Not's favor if they decide to take both of those.
Well,
you definitely have to take the photo.
Definitely taking the photo. And they're still deciding if they want to get rid of Acrobat or if they want to keep it. And the problem with keeping Acrobat is Cavendish gives you times 3 scoring all throughout, but then Acrobat only gives it at the last hand. So maybe taking Cavendish might be the play instead of Acrobat, as we find a bloodstone in this in the shop. And I'm pretty and King of Nothing thinking of, well, not really thinking, selling a rebate for that, which I honestly think is the play. Not interestingly enough, I'm not sure what they removed the penny pincher for the extra Cavendish, and now we technically have a ×9 end of card mult at the last
That
hand.
that is as good as it might get, but not will have to preserve that seltzer into the next PvP and just hope to eliminate King of Nothing in 2 hands.
Exactly. The thing about that is one, King of Nothing is already incredibly deck fixing their things with a bunch of hearts, because of course that's what the Bloodstone calls for. And King of Nothing does not have a seltzer compared to Not, and I don't think Not has found that in the shop yet. That being the Bloodstone.
I have to the Bloodstone without any retriggers is a bit dubious compared to Not's build in terms of it can have high scoring potential, but on average it's going to hit 2 to 3 times, which is basically a ×3. So, and barring a very lucky sort of Bloodstone trigger, Not takes this with the 2 retriggered photos, the 2 Cavendishes, as well as the Acrobat.
Exactly. Though I feel like this is King of Nothing's round to win, I think. Because honestly, like with everything that they have, it seems like they're kind of set up with like the potential with the potential Bloodstone addition to their score. However, ooh, this could be incredibly interesting. I'm not entirely sure. Because we have Red Seal Glass, they have a bunch of retriggers. Okay, we have a 4 mil on one end. And based on the calculations of what's this? Of King of Nothing, looks like Not takes this.
Ooh,
And decides to preserve the glass for another day.
I think King of Nothing, hoping for those Cavendishes to break, pretty unlikely here. But barring a retrigger like a Dusk or a Hanging Chad, King of Nothing is in quite a bit of
Speaking
trouble
of,
for this last
speaking
PvP.
of, we have found the Hanging Chad. Photo Chad is now online.
Oh my god. That
That
is
is
huge. That is the card that saved them. Selling the Cavendish, very interesting. I mean, I can respect on your last life that ×3 could have been very influential, but that money also gets you closer to an idol or to a Dusk or a
exactly.
Sock.
Exactly. I think I would sell the what's this? I think I would sell the mail-in rebate during the big blind shop, so at least I still have the small blind to farm my money. So I'm not mad at that decision whatsoever.
But not somehow not with the seltzer anymore. Did I miss that? That seltzer would add essentially, see it times takes 2 times 2s to 2 times 4s.
Oh yeah,
Would be the
definitely.
math.
I feel like they knew that it was just going to run out, and I don't think, well, of course, I don't think they know that there's a Bloodstone in the shop. So once they see it, I bet they're going to feel like major regrets.
Oh, for sure.
All right, we see the driver's license and the gold thing, gold stuff in the shop, which is honestly, I would also give a Acrobat for that because, well, depending on how many cards I have like in hands, but we shall see. Could be a waste of money depending on the call is here. Oh no, yep, that's a waste of money because it's only 4. They only have 4 what's this, cards in hands. All right, let's see what King of Nothing does in the shop now. In rolling incredibly crazy. Wheel not hitting, and is okay. No, that's not a negative. That's not a negative. What's this trousers? Okay, never mind. I've been duped. That is a skin. I have a DNA this late in the game.
Interesting. Are they going to take it over the rebate? Very interesting.
No,
Probably to copy those glass, especially that glass red seal. I can
in preparation for their in preparation the last boss blind or PvP blind, I think that was like the right move. If and only if they can actually draw that card. And
tricks. I think that very well could win the game, especially with the Hanging Chad putting one of the glass first, followed by a king.
did though.
Would be quite good.
Not finally finding the bloodstone in the shop. So it's kind of telling us that this is sort of telling us, okay, we gotta like, what's this? They gotta find a way to either deck fix their deck, but I don't think they have much time anymore.
Is that a bloodstone on?
That is a bloodstone. Oh my gosh. Technical difficulties once again. I think Discord just crashed once again. I'm just gonna. I swear to God. Let me in! Let me in! Alright, what you got here? We got a flush house on the other side with 2 photographs and the bloodstone over here. Acrobat. So Nod has an Acrobat, and that's an extra ×3 mode. That is a lot of ×3 mode compared to King of Nothing's retriggers and stuff. However, DNA is pretty long term here, which is not something that I would pick up this late into the game. Especially that King of Nothing has exactly 1 life left, and this could be the final life now. I'm so sorry that my Discord just crashed completely. Alright, getting out of the 5 million on King of Nothing side. What's up with Not playing first the strongest flush that he has? Alright, so let's see. Oh gosh, is it this thing? What do you mean you... Okay. Alright, let's try this once again with connection issues, because I swear to God, I am going to... do bad, do something terrible. Alright, let's see. So there's a hand. How much is Bloodstone? Bloodstone doesn't proc that much, just getting 187,000, and we are on to the final ante. And hopefully, we can go back to our regularly scheduled commentary. However, it doesn't look like Discord wants me to do that. That is very sad. Alright, so I got the hearts. Got a hearts. The chat, yeah, chat definitely helps King of Nothing with the scoring a lot more. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back?
Though at this point,
We're back.
it's either gonna be like a seltzer or a sock and buskin in the shop that'll change the games for the players. Though it's probably going to be King of Nothing that's going to find it more, cause as they are way more ahead of the shop.
This is as good as it's gonna get. I'm just mad at everything.
It's okay. It's okay. We have been getting by. We have been getting by and providing commentary as much as we can.
Right, and we'll see if Not is able to get that fool to land on a death, and if that'll hit those important red seal glasses.
The problem is with those red seal glasses is they still do have what's this? They still have the potential to break. So that is just something that we just gotta keep in mind.
I think you have to break all of them for the last PvP.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you definitely have to break. There is a blueprint in the shop. I repeat, there is a blueprint in the shop.
Well, that is it for Not. With that blueprint being in the shop and King of Nothing so far ahead on Econ, Not will not be able to find that, and that could be GG.
Yeah, honestly, I think that is GG. As King of Nothing is literally just waiting on Not to finally meet them in the last PvP blind, which will happen relatively soon. Not finding the hanging Chad, so they are considering it. Though at this point, I'm not sure what I'm gonna be giving up. Is it gonna be a Cavendish, or is it going to be that is it gonna be the what's this? The Acrobat. Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that they've both played very similar games. You know, we saw them both have the Showman, we saw their Jokers being very similar, but the key defining difference was that King of Nothing held onto those rebates a little bit longer to get ahead in the shop, which gave them that PvP, gave them their early DNA, and also taught them to blueprint. So this is showing me how powerful that what is it?
Yeah, exactly. So, friends, family, and gamblers plus. What's this? I think this is what's this? I think this is a good opportunity to say, please be responsible when spending your money.
Oh, getting rid of the Bloodstone. That has to be a misplay there. By Not the Bloodstone clearly being more than the Acrobat.
That is interesting. I wonder what made them decide to give up the Bloodstone. But I'm probably thinking maybe they're just really relying on what's this? For the flexibility of their of their suits to do to basically make more powerful hands. But at this point, I kind of doubt it.
Alright.
Yeah, I think King of Nothing just has a lot more cards to move. I think King of Nothing just has a lot of has a more consistent deck, was able to fix a lot more things. And at this point, I think it's GG's. Wait, it is. No. I still think it's GG's. You have a flush 5 versus a flush house. So let's see what happens. King of Nothing still trying to decide where to place where to place the positioning of the Jokers.
hard to tell with the copying the chat going stone, whereas copying the bloodstone has more potential for greatness. However, I think for consistency's sake, I have to go with copying the hanging chat. It will double trigger the glasses here, but I could be wrong on that. So that has a floor of 3.6 million, whereas this play has a floor of 2.3 E7. I have to take the 2.3 E7, which is just barely enough to win this, guaranteed. So that will be it. King of Nothing takes this finals. Congratulations.
Ooh.
Congratulations to King and Nothing, and not putting a hell of a show, at least for the ones that I've caught. So yeah, we made it despite technical difficulties. Again, we just want to give a shout out to the Balacho staff and the broad team and everybody who is or the organizing team for organizing this entire shenaniganery. Thank you also so much for letting me cast for the last bit. Honestly, like I was watching on the side and I was like, God dang, I gotta pack faster.
It's pretty much me alone at this point.
Well, glad you can make it.
I'm so sorry. I hope I swiped it. I hope I swooped in just in time.
Oh god, that was incredible. Yeah, I just had to do my life. I just had to live my life. This is such a weird sentence to say.
Technical difficulties. Very technical difficulties. But thank you.
Alright.
I completely understand.
Yeah, I cannot do
Thank
this.
you so much for chilling with us, chat. Yeah, thank you so much for chilling with us, chat. And Spicy, do you have any other things to like shout out? Do you want to shout out or say hi to anyone else before we go?
Thanks everyone for sticking around. Subscribe to Pizza Power 55.
Freaking Pizza Power.
And thanks again to Lava for dealing with these technical difficulties very expertly despite Discord's incompetence.
I think it's not even Discord's
we hope to see you
incompetence,
next
it's a little bit of a different incompetence, but I'm not going to say it on stream. Off stream, yes, I will say it.
Oh no. Oh no. But then if you guys are still around, let's just give an obligatory shout out to Streamers PC as we wrap this up.
Alright, thanks for watching. See you later today. See you later today in about 10 hours. Peace.
No.